Hi guys, it's Miss Best. I'm coming to you with another video to help you with your study guide. This video will be about evaluating functions. So first I have a little intro. Functions are like factories. Let's say a Nike factory. The input or independent variable X is like the leather, rubber, and cotton used to make the shoes. The function is the factory itself, and the output or independent variable Y is the sneaker. Okay, so, and I know in class we wrote the same Y value, but please disregard that. I apologize for any confusion. You can't have the same X value more than once, okay? It's not the Y value, it's the X value. Okay, so going back to the analogy I used just a little while ago, if you put in the same leather, rubber, and cotton used to make the shoes, you put it in the same factory, it's going through the same processes, then you're going to get the same shoe as the result. Okay, so you can't put in the same materials and get a different shoe. Okay, so you have to have this. You can't have the same X value more than once. All right. Now let's get into our first example. It is, what is the value of g of 1 for the function g of x equals 2x plus 5? And again, just to make sure everyone understands, this is not g times x, it is g of x, okay? So in order to evaluate this function, we have to plug in 1 wherever we see an x into our function. Alright, so let's start off. G of, instead of x, I'm going to write 1, and that equals 2 times, instead of x, I'm going to write 1, 2 times 1, plus 5. Alright, so g of 1 equals 2 times 1 plus 5. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 5, okay, and 2 plus 5 is 7. So the value of g of 1 for the function g of x equals 2x plus 5 is 7. Alright, let's go to another example. The function f of x equals 3x plus 25 models the yearly membership cost for a movie rental club, where x is the number of movies rented. Last year, Sarah rented 41 movies, and last year Tim rented twice the amount of movies as Sarah. How much more did Tim pay last year than Sarah? So we have to evaluate this function for Tim and for Sarah, and then subtract the difference in the amount they paid to find our answer. So first let's try for Sarah, since we already know how many movies Sarah rented. Our x value in this problem is the number of movies rented. So we know that we can plug in 41 movies into our function and get the yearly membership cost for Sarah. Alright, so our function for Sarah will be f of 41, because we're going to replace the x with the amount of movies she rented. So f of 41 equals 3. Instead of x, I'm going to write 41 plus 25. So that's 3 times 41 equals 25. 3 times 41 is 123. We still need to add 25. Okay, and 123 plus 25 is 148. So Sarah paid $148 for her membership cost. Now, let's go on to Tim. For Tim, we first need to find out how many movies he rented. He rented twice as many as Sarah. So 41 times 2 equals 82. So Tim rented 82 movies. Okay, so Tim's function is going to be f of 82. Because again, we're replacing the x in the function f of x equals 3x plus 25. We're replacing the x with 82. So f of 82 equals 3 times 82 plus 25. 3 times 82 is 246. And we still need to add 25 for our function. And that will give us 271. Alright, so now we have the amount that Sarah paid, which was 148, the amount that Tim paid, which is 271, so let's subtract them. So it's Tim minus Sarah. Okay, so that's 271 minus 148, which would give us 123. So our answer would be C. Okay, let's go to one more example. The function f of t equals 12,000 times 1.075 raised to the t power models the function of an investment t years from now. What is the meaning of the value of f of 5? So for this question, they're just asking us, what does f of 5 mean? So our function is, it models the value of an investment. That's what f of t stands for. T stands for the years that the investment has been growing. So if we plug in 5 for t, we're essentially saying that there has been 5 years that have passed by, 5 years that the investment has been growing. So the correct answer would be B, the value of the investment in 5 years. Okay, it wouldn't be A, the value of the investment 5 years ago, because that's going past, that's going back in the past, and you can't go back on an investment, and investment doesn't grow going back in time. Okay, it wouldn't be the initial value of the investment because the T stands for years from now. And the interest rate the investment earns, our T doesn't stand for interest rate, it stands for years from now. So that's why the best answer would be B, the value of the investment in 5 years. Alright, so next, your test question that all of this goes with is number 4. Kyle purchased a plant that was 2 inches tall. The function h of t equals 2 plus 0.75 t models the height of the plant t months after Kyle purchased the plant. What is the meaning of h of 11? Alright, so I'm going to let you guys practice this one on your own. So if you want to go ahead and pause the video and try this on your own, that would be great. Okay, so Kyle purchased a plant that was already 2 inches tall. They gave us the function h of t, and they told us that the t stands for months after Kyle purchased the plant. So what is the meaning of h of 11? We know our t stands for months after he purchased the plant, and we plugged in 11 for t, so that should represent 11 months, which would rule out B or C because they're saying 11 inches. Alright, so now we have to choose between A or D, and we have to evaluate the function to pick the correct answer. So h of 11, because we're plugging in 11 for t, equals 2 plus 0.75. Again, plug in 11 for t, so 0.75 times 11. Alright, so 2 plus 0.75 times 11 is 10.25. Okay, you add them, I'm sorry, it's 8.25. I apologize. 8.25, and 2 plus 8.25 is 10.25. So your correct answer would be D. The plant is 10.25 inches tall after 11 months. Alright guys, so if you need to rewind this video and watch it again and do the examples over, go ahead and do that. If you have any questions, just leave them below the video. Alright.